Alright, so have we started?
Yep.
Okay. Today I'm going to show tea budding, and basically what I'm going to do, this is a Asian plum called producer, and this is right here is a graft that actually failed, so you can see that there wasn't any growth here. So this is the rootstock right here. This is St. Julian's. And so I've decided to put a plum tree on this rootstock. And so I'm going to be doing an operation called tea budding. It's pretty easy, and hopefully it will be successful. We'll see. To prepare for this, I've watered this well for the last couple days. We'll see in a second if it's been sufficient. So I'm using a tea budding knife. You can see it has a very sharp knife on this side, and this has a special thing for peeling back the bark. So we'll show that in a second. So first of all, I got this yesterday. You want to do it as quickly as possible, and I'm going to take one of these little buds from here, and the goal is to get it in there. So let's start with that. So what I'm going to do is scoop it out. And you can see that wasn't that clean of an operation, but it actually really doesn't matter that much. I'm going to stick this in my mouth, actually. And, except now I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm going to put a vertical incision here. You gotta be careful not to cut yourself. It only needs to be through the bark. Now I'm going to do a vertical cut. And then I'm going to turn over this knife and use the this kind of specialized part of the knife. If you don't have a knife like this, any sharp knife is fine, and you just use the blade.
So you're kind of working that underneath the bark to push it away?
So you're basically creating a little flap that you can stick your bud under. And this isn't coming out quite as easily as I would like, but it should be fine. Okay. Then what I do is I'm keeping this really wet. I'm going to take out the actual, the little piece of wood under here, and this should separate pretty cleanly, hopefully, from the inside here. And this isn't strictly necessary, but it gives you more contact with that green part under the bark, which is called the cambium layer. And that's really what all grafting is about. You have to get those green parts to match up. And this is not working as easily as I would hope, but still it's not that bad. So I'm just taking that out and peeling it out. I don't need this part. And you can see all the green layer under there. And I lick it. And I have this little handle here. Don't know what that is. And so what I do at this point is I'm going to slip it under here Need to get it on both sides. I'm just going to get it under both sides there. And basically you can just take it and slide it down into this little cut there. And I might not have given myself enough room. I also might have, but I think it might be okay. I'm going to actually trim that. That was a little bit sloppy. But basically what you want is your bud to be sitting in that little crevice there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just, I'm done with all my cutting. Now I take, you can use either plastic like this, or you can use a little rubber band. You can get these from specialty garden stores and stuff. The idea here is to, I don't know if I can put my hands around that. You want it to provide a little bit of pressure to hold it together, and you want it, the most important thing is you want the moisture to stay in. And so I'm actually probably starting a little bit too low on here. I might need to use 2 of these. Let's see. Probably should have used a bigger one. So you can see all the mistakes that you can make. So I'm actually going to start with this one. So this is a little sloppy, but you can see it really shouldn't make much difference. And then I'm going to go under it, and I'm going to go over it. And, oops. Then I'm going to tie it off. Again, not doing an especially elegant job of doing this, but you can see it basically does the trick. And so after this, I'm going to put some dark farballs, and then I'll be done. And that basically will be a little coat of to hold in some of the moisture. It's optional, but it has help. And that's basically it. That's tea budding.